Yo, what's going on, everybody? We're back with another video today, man. I'm going to be doing a hitting tips tutorial. Now, before I get started into the whole settings and everything, I just want to say I am in no way the best MLB The Show player out there. But last year we went flawless, I think 4 times, and then we made World Series multiple seasons, and I think our rank record been 130 and like 30 or 119 and 30 or something like that. I hope I could also be completely wrong. I don't fully remember my rank record, but it was pretty good. It was pretty good. To try and get better, first off, hitting view, I would rock strike zone. That's what I would try out. Strike zone 2 is a little bit further than strike zone, like it's a little bit further back, not as close up. But strike zone's what I'd like, and then some people like strike zone high. Honestly, all this is just whatever you feel comfortable with. But if you can try to get comfortable with a strike zone camera angle, it'll help you guys out the most, right? Hitting interface zone. I think that's what you should try and get the best at, and no matter what, it should just be zone. In play view offense, I do dynamic, right? You don't really got any PCI. So PCI, I do just circles. You could really sometimes I'll basically change it up. If I'm in a hitting slump, I'll pretty much change this up. But right now it's circles, inner, starfighter, outer, I have none, and right now it's just violet. But honestly, if I'm struggling and I'm like, okay, sometimes I'll rock no inner, and then I'll go reverb on the outside, and then I'll rock like a diamond center, right? Just like completely change it up. So sometimes if you feel like you're in a slump and you're not hitting very well, try to just change up your PCI. Honestly, it can change a lot. Any of these really don't matter, right? Make that on assist and assist, yes. Pitching, pinpoint, that's what we do. But this isn't really, those are just like some quick settings to go through. Anything else that I can think of? Catch position, I do drifting ball, defensive shift, manual, off the wall ribbon, yes. I think that's pretty much good for setting wise. Now, how are we gonna get better at hitting? We're gonna go into practice mode, and this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna practice, okay? What I would advise you to do, right, is whatever your Diamond Dynasty team is, whatever best card that you have and that you want to get good with, go ahead and practice with them, with their hitting. Pitchers that we're gonna want to go up against, like Jacob deGrom, Chapman. Even though I've heard Chapman's delivery is different and some people won't think he'll be as good, you still want to get, used to his speed. You want to go AL All-Stars for Chapman, NL All-Stars, right, for deGrom or whatnot. But we'll just try deGrom right now. I go Angels so we can just hit with Mike Trout right now. All right, so once you select the teams, right, you get in here. Now this is kind of where it gets interesting, but some people might be like a little disappointed as, yeah, guys, what are we gonna do? We're literally just gonna practice hitting. That's how you get better. So personally, what I would do is deGrom's fastball is very annoying. Inside fastball can be really annoying, right? So I would go inside, all inside zones, start off with fastball. Whichever pitch that you're not good with, right? I know you can even do Corbin Burns right here, and we can go sinker, inside sinkers. Inside sinkers are absolutely hell. They are, so that's what we're gonna do. Now, I'm gonna start it off with just on All-Star, because if you want to play BR or even kind of the beginning of ranked seasons as All-Star, of course, what is the goal is you want to work this up to Legend and start practicing on Legend and getting better at that. But here's what we're gonna do. Now, we're just gonna do this. We're just gonna have him throw some high sinkers. Okay, yeah, sometimes we're gonna miss, right? I haven't practiced in a while. We were too late. Wow, thank you. But then right there, we're good, okay? So this is what we're gonna do. You literally just sit here and you just practice. This is all you do. You just practice sinkers, boom. Now it's nice because they have the reset play button, so you don't have to sit there and watch where it goes, so you can just get a lot more practice in faster, which is very nice. As you can see, I can't hit a sinker to save my life. Boys, this is rough. You guys are probably like, wow, you can't hit an inside sinker to save your life. No, because Corbin Burns' sinker inside is literally just insane. All right, now we're getting some better. Now, there's also Pci Anchor, where you can anchor it. So you can anchor it. Okay, so this is a new feature. I personally like my PCI in the middle. Just straight middle right here, right? But some people will hold their PCI. Let's say they like to hold their PCI top middle. Now, instead of holding it there, right? Okay, that actually worked out perfect. Now, I don't even have my hand on the controller, and it's staying right there, because that's what the PCI Anchor is going to do this year, is you can select it in a certain spot, and it'll just stay there. And then you can adjust from there. Personally, I just like to keep it in the middle, and I'll just adjust from here, right? That's how I feel most comfortable, right there, boom, and I'll just adjust. But, of course, some people like to hold their PCIs in certain certain angles, or if they're like, okay, this guy's really hitting me on outside pitches, they'll still hold it here. And then if it's an inside pitch, of course, what are they going to do? You have to adjust like that, hit a perfect, whatnot. Okay, now let's say you're like, okay, I'm kind of getting better with inside sinkers. What I would advise you to do is after you get better with inside sinkers, I would do this. Now he can throw a sinker just wherever he wants, right? So now they're not all inside. So now you kind of get the timing down on if they're in the low corner or if they're in the middle, get the timing again when they're inside. But now since you're not completely expecting an inside, it might throw you off just a little bit and your timing might be off, right? So that's a big thing right here. Boom, we get some perfects, right? So you're gonna sit here, do this for a little bit, do this for a little bit, boom, you guys kind of get the point, right? Okay, so then after you do that, then you're gonna unlock all of his pitches. Honestly, I mean, if you really wanted to, you could just have him do inside, but once I kind of worked just like on sinkers inside, now he has all of his pitches, or if you want to, you don't have to do all, you could literally just do sinker cutter. You could just go sinker cutter. Again, it depends, like, honestly, like how much you want to practice and like how much are you trying to, like, how long are you willing to practice for, and not like how much you want to do each little section. But now, because the sinker and the cutter is like the best combo of pitches, so you could just do that, practice that, whatever. Oh, also, I don't have to pause. I can just click the middle button. But then at some point, right, you're gonna get it to where it's all the pitches, all of his pitches in all the places. Now, right now, I click all the spots, so no matter what, he has to. It's automatically gonna be a strike. That's what happens when you click all the spots. It's no matter what is going to be a strike. So at least I know it's going to be a strike. So I'm kind of just thinking I'm going to swing at everything, right? Now, you're not going to swing at everything in game because, yes, they can throw balls. That can be a thing, right? But we're still going to sit here, and do this. We're going to look, see all of his pitches. Boom, 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 boom. Again, this is on All-Star right now. So then once you kind of get a hang and you're like, all right, you got two perfects, you're like, okay, now we're going to go up to Hall of Fame. We're going to practice on Hall of Fame. Now, honestly, you could practice all pitches, but if you want to do the same thing, we can go inside sinkers with Corbin Burns. Boom, boom. Get this going. Boom. And now we're on Hall of Fame. So now we're just practicing it on Hall of Fame. Boom, boom. Okay, I'm like way late. There we go. Good. So then we're gonna keep doing this, just early, missed it, not the greatest, okay, missed again, can't even hit the ball, what is wrong with me, too late, right, boom, just early, okay, and then same thing, right, you're gonna rinse and repeat, you're gonna do the same thing, and then you're gonna unlock all if you want with the sinker, and then you're gonna do that. And then if you're like, okay, I'm gonna change it up. Now I'm gonna work with DeGrom, and then you're gonna go to DeGrom, and you're gonna do the exact same thing. And you're gonna pick some of the pitchers that are highly used in Diamond Dynasty. You're gonna have DeGrom. You're gonna have Corbin Burns, who's highly used. Any Hader can be used honestly a lot out of the bullpen. You'll see Scherzer, and then AL. You might see Garrett Cole. You'll probably see some Chapmans, and whatnot. Like, let's say you got Ohtani, and now you're not so good against lefties. So now you can go lefty against Josh Hader with Shohei Ohtani. Whatnot, boom. Now we're very early. Same thing. You're just practicing this, and then boom, we get a decent hit right there. And then, of course, the end goal is we're gonna be on Legend. This is the end goal, and now we're on Legend. But look how small the PCI is. Trout, honestly, like, he's got a lot of contact. What's his contact, right? 91. So it's a little bit higher. But still tough. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to sit on Legend, and we're going to try and hit his inside sinkers. And we're going to get this down. We're going to try and do this, right? It's just practice. All it is it takes time to learn the reactions and learn that for hitting. Now, that's not the only part, right? Game plan, like picking up on your opponent's tendencies. This is honestly how some people will throw. If they have a sinker, they'll only throw inside sinkers. And then when they have the cutter is only gonna go away. There are some people out there who will literally only do that, right? Or vice versa, if you have a lefty, the sinker's gonna be away and the cutter's gonna be inside. Like, some people and their tendencies are that easy. And then you'll see a lot, like, once someone has two strikes, what's their go-to two-strike pitch? Because most times people have the exact same go-to two-strike pitch, and a lot of the times you'll see it if a guy has a sinker or a fast fastball or anything. A go-to strikeout pitch is an inside sinker or fastball. It really is. So sometimes you'll sit there and wait on that. Now, of course, when you're playing a better player, they're going to mix it up, but everybody's still going to have tendencies. Everybody's going to have tendencies. So that's really big to pick up on. But even right here, right, we're hitting them and we're on legend and we're like, okay, we're kind of getting his sinker down a little bit. Let's go ahead and just open it up for everything. And you're going to practice. And all the top players practice. All of them do. All of them do. This is honestly what a lot of people do. What it takes to be better at hitting is you just have to sit and practice. And it's nothing crazy. There's no Houdini act to it, right? Daily, every single day. Well, you don't have to practice every single day, but you get what I'm saying. That we can read the ball and that we can hit those things, because we don't want, if we can't hit inside sinkers to save our life, if a pitcher picks up on that, they're just going to throw inside sinkers. I'll even do that. When I play BR, there are some guys who cannot hit a pitch if it's away from them. Anytime it's away, if it's an outside pitch, you'll see they are early all the time. So then we'll do that. We're starting to really light up Corbin Burns right now, though. So let's actually just include all of his pitches right now and do this. Oh, you see? I was sitting on sinkers so long that he throws the curveball, and I look like an absolute fool, right? But that's what we got to do, and then we got to practice. Now he threw a circle change, and we were able to adapt a little bit to that. Went back to the sinker. We were way too late. Okay, now I'm gonna show one thing that you can look at in game. Let me show you this real quick. If you go stats and you go pitcher analysis, right? This is another thing that you can do that is actually in game that's a little bit different. So like we were talking about earlier with the pitcher's tendencies. Boom. We'll throw a pitch. Okay, cool. We go to stats. We go pitcher analysis. Oh wait, it's not clear. Okay, perfect. We go pitcher analysis. It's gonna show. We threw a pitch. So here's the pitcher. Now here's the thing. They flip it. They flip it. So I threw an inside fastball to Jose Altuve, but it's acting like this is the pitcher. So you gotta look from the pitcher's point of view. Just know that basically when you're thinking as a batter, you gotta flip it. If that makes sense. I hope that made sense. But anyways, you can look at this and you could just be like, okay, like what is he throwing? And then you can even go by pitch type. Like sometimes, honestly, you can do this. You'll be like, okay, he throws a fastball. All right, when he's throwing a fastball, he's throwing it on the right. And then obviously I only threw 2 pitches. But anyways, like you'll notice where if you're like, okay, if he's throwing a fastball, most of the time he's basically throwing it inside. And then you can also see if it's a righty or lefty too. So if you're like, I just want to see what he pitches against lefties. Oh, when he pitches against lefties, he's always throwing it on the left side. And then this will just kind of show you what are people's tendencies. And then it also shows you how many times has he thrown it. Sometimes you'll see and you're like, oh, the guy's thrown 80 pitches and 60 of them are sinkers. What have I striked out on? Oh, all the pitches I strike out on are not sinkers. They're all off speed or whatever. So his go-to strikeout pitch is an off-speed pitch. That's just another thing that you can look at, and it just shows you right there that you can kind of pick up on pitchers' tendencies a little bit as you just play more and more and more and more and start to realize and start to pick it up in mid-game. You don't have to all the time go to that, but sometimes it is nice just to go through there. Of course, if you guys have any questions or any comments or anything, leave them down below in the comment section, and I will be answering those for you guys, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.